And just like that, we're live.
Hello.
It is Thursday night, November 11th of 2021.
Yeah, Veterans Day.
My God, I think it's 42 days to Christmas.
Yes.
Well, we're all here. It's Guitar Town Hall with David Nesdall and Ben Coombs. And tonight we have Brendan B. Squared. And my God, Brendan Boyce, welcome to the show. Brendan makes these amazing, very cool cigar box guitars. He's a good friend of the show's. He's on Fruitcake Tony's show. And we're going to talk with Brendan tonight about, we're going to do a recap of EVHcon from this past Sunday and talk about some of his cigar box guitars and talk about just anything. Ben, tell me what you're doing. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, what's going on? I'm recovering from my first jam with other people. Happened last weekend. Survived that. Had such a good time. Going to do it again this week. Almost seems like a habit. I love it. Not saying it's a band, but it's a group of individuals playing music together at this point. So we'll see how that goes. And we've already got quite the bunch of people in the chat. Yes, I want to shout out, it is Veterans Day, I believe, in the United States. Remembrance Day here in Canada.
Yes.
For those who sacrifice. I don't like saying Happy Veterans Day or Happy Remembrance Day.
No, but thank you to everyone that has served this country.
Yeah.
And thank you for your service, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for those.
And this is global. If you served your country, thank you.
If you served, you are serving, or you will serve, because there are a lot of people coming up serving as well. So,
Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Lenny Lou. It was great to see you this weekend.
Yeah,
your guitar still is awesome, and we'll see you soon.
Oh, that music, man, beautiful.
Oh, her music, man, is
beautiful.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
And I'm going to go through roll call here before we get things started. And apparently, Nightbot's still. He's a little touchy-feely. He doesn't like certain people doing certain things. So
I don't know why. Yeah, everybody, I'm sorry about Nightbot. It's kind of beyond my control. I don't know what's going on. Forgive us.
He's moody tonight.
He is. He's got issues.
Wow.
Excuse me. So I do want to shout out Tim Thomas, Leo Safko, the one and only Fruitcake Tony, host of Show Me Your Pick and Halenville. Yep. Awesome. Dwight Bailey, Magic Man, Christopher Livesawa, Taylor 315. I just hang out at the bottom of the chat as people jump in. This is awesome. Now I'll scroll up. There's the one and only and lovely as ever Desiree in the chat, moderating.
Nice.
We've got Terry 3Gs. He's also here and moderating because he's here and he's good at that. Yep. He has all the links, all of them. I'm telling you, he has them all. Randy Crooks is here. House of Twang. Lenny Lou, of course. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Dan of New Jersey is here. Guitar Man 45. Billy Baloney. I believe I have a tracking number for you. You asked me, Dave, before we went, any new gear? No, but sold a piece. Yep.
Oh, cool. Can we talk about it?
Sure. We can talk about it. It's gone now. Mike Johnson's here. See Mike T. Ricky. Nightbot.
Nice. Yeah, don't say it too loud. Don't say it too loud.
Josh Evans, Terry Hines,
Charles 75N, some guy named Brendan B. Squared. Never heard of him. Nope.
Nah.
Janice Lala. Janice is here.
Hey, Janice. Great seeing you this weekend as well, Janice.
Yep. Yeah, I met a lot of people for the first time in person.
Gear Junkie 35, David Scher. Nice. And many others joining in, I'm sure. Chat's just funny. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Full crowd. Full crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun, Dave. I mean, the Tony did kind of a recap last night with John Conklin, and I think Pete was on the show.
Oh, nice.
And, excuse me. And those guys, they were talking about a bunch of stuff, but excuse me again. I'm not even smoking. But Pete, I was talking to Kurt when Kurt 5150 because he flew over.
I was going to say he gets the long haul award.
Yeah, he gets the long hauler award.
Yeah,
but I was standing with him and Pete, I think, was playing bass in one song. He makes the best faces, man. When he was playing, he makes the best guitar faces.
He does.
And but Bent Tom mentioned something on their show last night, saying that Pete just looks like he was having so much fun when he's playing. He was just so happy, and it was just amazing. That show was amazing.
Pete's a great guitar player, first of all, and I haven't seen him play in probably a year. But in that year, he must have been really, really woodshedding, because he was a great guitar player before that. But this past Sunday night, he was playing so over his head. I mean, you close your eyes, it sounded very much like Eddie, number one.
Oh, it really did.
And the fact that he played the song 5150, and he plays it, I've never seen anyone play it as good as that, ever. I mean, unless you watch Live Without a Net.
Yeah.
It's just, that was unheard of.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing to be there and see that, because everybody killed it,
Yeah.
I mean, over the top. John Conklin killed it. I mean, everybody that was on there.
John is an amazing guitar player.
And Joe is great walking around.
Yep. I have to mention again, John Conklin, if you heard the song in the beginning of our show, the opening thing, John wrote that.
Oh, did he do that?
John Conklin did that. Yeah, that's him.
He does amazing stuff. He does the intro to Hamlinville Live, the tea cake boogie or whatever he's calling it. But the fruit cake boogie. That's a freaking good. He's a good, and everybody's so subdued and like, oh, I'm okay. I mean,
it was just a very laid back hang, and it always is. It always is. It's a hang. It's a celebration.
Yeah. You almost don't want it to get too big, because then and it's good. I mean, I think it could take off. I really think
it did. The one
explode.
we did in 19. The one we did in 19. I think there was over 100 people there.
And that's a small store.
That's a small store. Yeah. And I thought it was a great idea that Joe Suma decided to just go with alumni this year and a few certain people that he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
No, it was smart. It was a great idea. It kept the numbers low but high enough where it was a big crowd, but not terribly big. Sure. And
no, it was well done.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, word's kind of getting out on the EVHcon too, because
I know
it was even brought up during Pete Thorne's live stream on Sunday. Somebody in the chat said, "Hey, you're not at EVHcon," and he's like, "What's EVHcon?" So a few of us mentioned in the chat. He goes, "Oh, that sounds like a cool time."
Yeah.
Maybe he'll take maybe you and he can fly out next year.
Maybe.
There you go.
You never know. So yes,
sure.
Got Ben Tom in the chat.
If
if there's any video of Pete playing 5150 or not.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
If Pete learned it, it would sound like Eddie. It would close your eyes and Pete.
Yeah, he did when he did Summer Nights with. It wasn't Rob's.
No, it was Scott Smith's guitar.
Scott Steinberger, but he killed it. He killed that as well.
And he hasn't probably played a Steinberger for any amount of time ever.
No,
I
mean, it doesn't look that easy to play either.
It's not. I owned one.
I remember.
And it was not easy. Plus, the very small body on a very large human being is not easy either.
Yeah. It's like playing a kid's snow shovel.
And there was a shovel there.
Yes, I brought mine. I brought my shovel.
There was a shovel with strings on it at the EVHcon.
If next time I'm gonna, I have a couple of other things that I'm bringing. One that I'm working on that I'm not gonna reveal yet. That I'll bring and I'll just let people play them next. People. It was kind of like organized chaos. So I didn't want to be like, hey, go plug that in. Because people don't know 3 strings. They're like, how am I going to play this thing? I'm like, well, that's why I had a fretless one, so you could just play with a slide, and most anybody can play slide, even if it's bad. It sounds good.
Oh, sure. Well, you can play slide on these things anyway because the action is not terribly low. It's low enough to play with your fingers,
right?
But not so low that you can't play with slide. It's very easy.
Yep.
And you have a tune to D, yes?
Open G.
Oh, is it open G? Okay.
Yeah. You can tune it to, DAD, GDG, EBE, whatever you want. It's it's basically just an open chord, so you can play one finger chords, and
Sure.
it's fun. Ben knows.
Yeah. So I have a couple things that I walked away with
Mm-hmm.
from the con, and I'd like to show them if that's okay.
Hell
Sure.
So the
Absolutely.
first thing I need to show, well, first of all, I brought my pencil.
I brought my.
Oh, he just kicked himself out of the show. That was brilliant.
I brought my pencil.
I brought my 5150 guitar with me,
Nice.
and this one and Rob Johnson's guitar were kind of the hit of the 5150s because this is the way the original one looks modern day right now. The original OG looks just like this guitar. But Steve Nowicki, who works with Howard Stern, builds these things also, and he came with his guitar and a 1984 Kramer body, and on that guitar, on the Kramer body guitar, I don't know if you can even see this against my black shirt, was this strap.
Okay.
And this is the same, this is a replica of the strap that is on the original 5150 guitar. You could see pictures of it.
Cool.
From 1984 all the way up to 1990, the same exact strap with the same hooks. And I had the hooks. So Steve, I said to Steve, do you make these? He said, yeah, I make them. I said, well, what would it cost for me to get one? So he took it off his 1984 guitar and he said, enjoy, take it. And it was a gift and it was beautiful. So I, in turn, said, because he had these plastic ends, his were plastic and not the right ones. I said, well, I happen to have an extra set of the clasps that belong on that strap. Give me your address and I'll send them to you. So we both gave each other a gift.
Nice.
So he received his clasps today and sent me a picture. And here's the strap on the guitar.
Excellent.
Which is really cool.
Tony's asking to see the back.
Oh, the back of the guitar?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go. Beautiful.
There is the serial number.
Yep.
Is that yellow ground wire correct, Dave?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the one question I've never asked on one of these replicas. Because I just thought, I'm like, oh, the ground wire is yellow. I'm like, I wonder if they're always.
Yes.
If
and depending on the year is how many springs are on the guitar and where the claw sits.
Where they are.
Now I did this. I like 2 springs, and I don't only want to have a true replica, but it has to be playable to the way I like.
Sure.
And the 2 springs make the tremolo nice and loose for me.
Right.
But as the guitar sits today, it has 3 springs on it.
What about the claw? Like
the claw sits right where you would see it today.
Okay.
And also, you see that hole that's in that plastic plate?
Yes.
Back in 2004 or so, Eddie drilled a hole in his guitar and put a tone knob in there, and then has since taken it out. So that's why I have the hole with a piece of tape under it, like Eddie's.
You're such a nerd, Nesdall. You're such a nerd.
Well, no, you can't blame me, because Rob Johnson came over one day and said, hey, man, do you have the hole in your guitar? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he went and did that for me. So Rob Johnson is the nerd. I love him dearly. But his guitar, if you think this one's close, his is even closer because his has the correct. See, I left I made my fretboard dirty like his was in 1990. But if you want a true modern day, you'd have to you have to make the fretboard clean, because in 1991, Music Man planed the fretboard, all this dirt off, and refretted it, and then digitized the neck for the Music Man guitars.
Right.
So as it sits today, it's clean.
Yeah.
But but I dig the way this looks.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that on this guitar.
I mean,
and
this
one of the things I love about that too is where where Eddie would have like the lines of tape to stick his picks to while he played. So you have that where a bunch of the paint's missing, where for years you could tell it was stuck there, but he's like, yeah, I took that off because I'm not touring with this thing anymore. I don't need that many picks.
What happens is it's duct tape.
Right.
Normally. And when you pull the duct tape off, the paint comes off with it. And that's what happens so many times because you put a new piece of duct tape on every couple shows because the sticky stops sticking. The sticky stops sticking.
Yeah, because you grab one pick and you get all of them.
So you have to rip the tape off, put a new piece of tape off to put the picks on.
Sure.
And that's what happens.
We got a few more people joining in. We got Dave Ennis is here, and Liquid Charlie loves the look of that 5150. Great to see Charlie in here.
Thank you.
I was hearing about Charlie was live on Instagram the other day with Adam Reaver, and they had a grand old time together.
Cool.
Heard all about it.
Awesome.
Uneffing believable says nerdery at its best. And you know what? It's been a long time since I've been like in Eddie Van Halen mode. I'm still not fully in it, but my heart is back in it a little bit.
Sure.
Now, I don't think I'll be building Van Halen guitars for myself anytime soon. I just don't have the room for it. And I've owned everything. So I don't really want to do that. But this next instrument that I want to show you, I had to have. I had to have it. It is one of the coolest. It is one of the most inexpensive, coolest pieces of gear I have ever owned in my life.
I agree.
And the vibe of it is cool. And this is, Brendan, this is number 1, correct?
That is actually, it's number 2. That one's number 2. Lenny Lou has number 1.
Okay, so this is the second one that Brendan has ever built. And it's got my name all over it because it's got a hockey stick headstock.
Yes.
And let me get myself. I'm so excited.
What's up, Cushman?
There it is.
Yeah.
Check that out.
That's so awesome. I had a blast building that thing, man.
Man, it is just ridiculous. It's so cool. It's got a little bit higher action than I normally use on a guitar, but it's just crazy cool. I've had people over my house since Sunday, and everyone gravitates to this. I have it sitting on the wall right where the 5150 used to be.
I see,
I have this sitting on the wall.
Nice.
And people are like, what the fuck is that?
That's usually the question, you know?
Yep.
But it was funny, Dave, because I walk in when I first meet you, I showed you that. You go, I got to have that. I'm like,
that sounds like Dave too.
We'll make it happen there, buddy. You know? So, it was awesome.
And by the way, forgive me. I know it looks like I left food on my lips, but I have not a very funny story.
I thought it was just tough negotiating in the price of that guitar from Brendan to you. It looks like negotiations went really rough.
It looks like Brendan beat the shit out of me.
It was a little scuffle. So
what happened was last Tuesday, and this is just a boring surgery thing. Last Tuesday, I had a week ago. This past Tuesday, I had surgery on my arm, which I have every 3 months for dialysis. This time around, they wanted to take pictures of the inside to see where the blockages were, and they used dye. They used whatever dye that they used so that they could take photos.
Yep.
And my face immediately blew up. My eyes were shut for almost a week.
Oh, man.
My lips were I looked like Fat David. It was terrible. And what's left now is the remnants of whatever skin that's ready to fall off. So I look like, either I didn't clean my face from eating dinner or I got beat up. And if you really look at my eyes, I don't know if you could see that. My eyes are still a little puffy.
Yeah, they're a little puffy.
You're still a little puffy.
Yeah. So it's terrible. And it hurts. And when eating or laughing, when you laugh, it splits and it
split
starts
open
to bleed.
again.
And oh my God, it's painful.
All right, don't make them laugh, Ben. Don't make them laugh.
That being said, this thing, I'm so excited. Brendan, thank you so much. I'm so excited that I own this guitar.
I'm glad you enjoy it, man.
Yes. Is it a cigar box guitar? Yes.
Yeah.
Are they under $300? They're about $300. Yep. Go get one. Order one.
Does it sound great plugged into an LPD 87 on the red channel, Dave? Hell yeah.
It loves fuzz, Dave. Loves fuzz.
You don't have to put the V8 stripes on it. Ben, show yours.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, I'm making another one kind of like Ben's right now. But thanks, Ben.
I love it. I was saying to Brendan off air, I had a buddy over here at the old Tone Lounge yesterday, and this is the one that he asked about. I was on the phone while he was in here, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "What's up with that cigar box guitar?" He's like, "What do they run?" And he guessed pretty damn close.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Sometimes I'll put a volume knob on, and sometimes I won't. Just depending. I mean, most people dime them anyway, so it's just
Well, yeah, and I will say I've had this for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I haven't had to adjust the truss rod.
Good, because there aren't any.
So it's like it's not folding in half by any stretch of the means. Or
no,
you built a solid piece of kit here, bud.
That neck goes all the way through, and it's braced on the inside. So, and I love those pickups. I got a guy that builds me those custom pickups just for me. They're surface mount humbuckers, So it's and they sound great. I think they sound awesome. And you have that Yamaha, Dave. It sounds good in there because I played through one of those. I haven't played it through a huge giant rig, but I'm sure it sounds pretty good. Ben has.
I'm sure this does. I have not plugged it in yet. Unfortunately, I haven't played guitar since I've come home.
Yeah.
I've played this through everything. I've thrown it through full guitars.
Sure.
It takes it.
But I have not played guitars.
Yeah, just let me know. Let me know when you play it. What you think it sounds?
I'll probably play it. I will probably play it tomorrow after dialysis. I'll come home and plug it in. But yes, this is it's crazy. It's really cool. The neck shape is so odd. It's almost like a dobro, like a square neck dobro, but it's kind of rounded, and it's very cool, and it's small enough where it still fits comfortably in your hand.
Oh yeah.
It's very cool.
It's basically I was just gonna say it's basically a hand carved 1x2 piece of oak, and then
my God, and the frets are great. I mean, it doesn't fret out anywhere. That's one thing I was like, how many high frets are in here? None.
Thank you, because that is my white whale. Fret. I don't like fretting. I don't like doing that.
Well, who does?
Nobody.
Yeah.
And that nut, I 3D printed that nut, Dave. That little three string black nut, 3D printed.
That's cool.
And it's perfect.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's insane.
So,
it's just insane.
Yeah. Glad you like it.
Can't say enough good things about this. It's just got me written all over.
Yeah. It was funny though. I gotta have that. I'm like, all right, Dave, let's make it happen. 5 minutes, I was there.
And I noticed you progressed to an actual bridge.
Yeah.
It depends. For all the Stripe series, I did put a bridge like that on there.
Right.
But I mean, as Ben's is one, the tail piece. I think did I use a threaded rod for yours? A piece of threaded rod?
No, I got a bent nail holding the strings in at the tailpiece portion. That's why I haven't changed the strings yet. I'm looking at that, and I'm like, that's a piece of engineering.
That's just holding in the tailpiece. That's just a
and then you did basically a fret. I think is
it's a jumbo fret on a piece of I split apart a handle from a broom and kind of sanded it flat. Cut a fret groove in, put a jumbo fret in there, and there you go. So.
It's genius. And who cares if these things don't intonate? Look at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can intonate it, right?
You can.
Well, it's intonatable, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But none of them are going to be perfect.
No, they're not going to be perfect.
My God, this is so cool.
Who would want to play a cigar box guitar that plays perfectly anyway? That defeats the purpose.
It does.
Will Ray from the Hellcasters.
Yes.
Hellcasters.
Okay.
Because for a long time, and I know him personally, for a long time he would buy cigar box guitars, and he would buy with Squire necks on them. Like he would have 6-string cigar box guitars and all kinds of different ones. And he would make the best little guitars out of them.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
you can.
they
You
would
can
feel
definitely.
amazing.
Yep,
The
you can
action
tweak
would
them.
be super low. The intonate, they'd be perfect. But each one of them was this made out of cheap guitars.
And showing that
Yeah.
Terry has all the links. There's the link to
Awesome.
pick up yourself one of them their cigar box guitars.
Thank you, Terry. Oh shit! Desiree tried to steal it already, Dave.
Yes. No, I didn't say that.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, if it's missing, you'll know where it is. Desiree will be playing around with it. That's cool.
They're fun.
And I have done a few 6-strings with like old Squire bullet necks and stuff, and it turned out okay. I did a commission build for that, but I personally prefer the 3-string. But
Sure.
that's just me. So
well, see, Magic Band's like, why not just build real guitars?
You
these
can.
are real guitars, and
Right.
3 is a lot easier to do than 6. Just saying.
Yeah.
Vince?
Yeah. Terry's right. On my Etsy page, I have mostly lamps because every Thanksgiving I do an art show, and I take all the guitars off of there because I'm going to bring them, just so I don't sell one and oh no, I have it, but they'll go back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Real
do have
quick,
one left. I do have one left, Dave. The fretless one that I brought right behind me there. So that's the last.
Right.
That's the last striped one.
I was thinking about that one myself too, but
Yeah.
not a fretless guy.
No, that's
but you do collect stuff in 2s, Dave.
What's that?
I know. If I was gigging with it, I would have both.
There you go.
I want to say hello to Vince Janella. He's not staying very long, but a good friend of mine, excellent guitar player, pro dude, just a great dude. We're going to have him on the show as soon as he and I can come up with a date. So, great guy.
Cool.
Plays a Parker Fly. In fact, he plays a bunch of Parker Flies.
Do you find it digs into your chest at all? I did.
That
upper horn.
He's a very thin dude, and I think he plays the guitar high enough on him that it doesn't.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was getting her hooked right under the rib cage there because I was trying to play it off the hip. And...
Yeah.
So your Sons of Anarchy lamp there, buddy.
Yeah, I got a couple of those on the website.
Hey, Brian the Sign Guy.
Good
to see you, my friend.
Also, real quick, I want to just get this out of the way one last time. Fake 59 asks what happened to the Nez Says title. Well, I guess you see it's just me and Ben here. We started a new show. Nez Says is no longer with us, and it's not our name, and it's called Guitar Town Hall with Dave Nesdall. So that's what happened.
Yep.
New show, new name.
Same wackiness.
Things change.
Yeah.
Things evolve. Things change.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Thomas Santiago.
Same good stuff.
Nice.
So yes.
If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe.
Yes. And again, I will do a giveaway if you're not already subscribed to the channel.
And you're new.
And you subscribe to the channel, please comment below. And I will figure out a way for us for me to send you one of my picks. And it's a black
comment on the show on replay. Once we're done.
Yeah.
The process
we'll figure out a way to get together. I'll send you one of my picks. Now, this does have the Nez Says name on it because I did buy 3 gross of these things before we decided to change the name. Yeah. So I have these laying around, and they're kind of collectible.
They're collector's items, yeah.
So you've been around too long.
So
Vince would love to come on sometime, Dave. So
yeah,
I'll let you set that up because you know Vince much better than me. I know him as this cool dude in the chat.
Oh yeah, I've known Vince for maybe close to 30 years, I suppose.
Wow. Who haven't you known for 30 years? Other than
most of my friends.
Me and you, Ben.
And Vince and I don't hang out very often because he lives in Jersey and he is super busy. But we've gotten together throughout the years, when I'd be hanging with Larry Mitchell and they do gigs together. So yeah, we hang. And cool. My God, is he a great guitar player and just a wonderful guy. I'll give you one Vince Janella story, and I don't know why I keep stuttering, but damn it, I dropped an important pick again. Anyway, so Vi Academy 5.0 was here in Glen Cove a couple years ago, and I was not walking very well, as you all know. I'm disabled at the moment and don't walk very well. So Desiree, my lovely wife, then my fiance, had to go to her car, which was in a very long, very dark parking lot, to get something. I don't remember what it was, or maybe she was bringing her car so I can get in it. And Vince left the convention to walk my fiance to her car, just so she could be safe. And I'll never forget that, Vince. Thank you so much.
Stand up, move.
That's a class act, man.
What's up, Bozique?
Bozique.
Good to see Bozique.
Hey, Bozique.
I was going to mention earlier, Billy Baloney purchased off of me a Boss DD3. So he'll be getting that in the mail soon enough.
Cool.
So, yes, raising a little cash.
And we know how much you love the mail, Ben.
Uh-huh.
I love the actual mail service.
I know you do. You don't like UPS.
I do not care for third-party couriers.
Oh, man. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
It's a crazy.
It is. It is.
Oh, well. Yeah, it was cool meeting Lenny Lou and Janice, too, at EVHcon. Very cool. Lenny gave me an ammo can or an ammo box that I'm going to make an amp out of.
Oh, how cool!
I've also made a couple of amps too, Dave, out of really little cigar boxes. Hang on a second. I think I'd have a couple.
You're right about that, Dennis.
Here's one.
Hang on, let me get you on here where you can show that.
So here's a little box that I can't make a guitar out of.
Right.
But I was like, well, what can I make out of it? So I made a little amp,
cool.
battery powered,
insane.
Little battery powered amp. So you pull this up and change the battery. But yeah,
that's crazy. So how do you make the actual innards of the amplifier?
I buy them. They
a
have
kit?
there's a little. It's like a 2.5 amp little just circuit board with and you have to wire all the components into it. Here's another one, kind of like the Ben's guitar, but this one's similar type thing. This one I'm keeping because I messed it up painting it, but it's cool though.
Well, it's factory to me.
They sound awesome, and it's a good little practice amp you can put on your couch next to your coffee table, and you won't really blow anybody out of the water, and they work well. So. We actually gave one away. What's that?
Metalhead Hannon in the house.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, Jay.
Hey,
Wild
7/8 Jay.
Santa Cruz 3600 says, is the new show Dave and whoever, or is Ben the permanent co-host? Yes, Ben is the permanent co-host.
I am. Yep,
absolutely.
Stuck with me.
Yep.
Yes. And I have to answer this just because I have to do it.
You have to.
Fake 59 says, will Ty get a royalty from the picks? No, he won't. But if he wants to buy the picks from me, he can, because I paid for them.
Well, the royalty of what you're giving them away, so a percentage of $0. Sure. I don't have a problem with you forwarding that off, that.
Yeah.
Well, 5% of 0 or something. I don't know.
Oh man.
Magic Man. Well, somebody's got to like them. Brendan's had a Dane Electro on display this entire live stream, and I haven't heard him at all about it. So,
no, it's bad. It's a 59X, and actually, it was your buddy RJ's fault, Ben.
Yeah.
Because he was doing a demo, and I loved the way it sounded and looked, and I never bought an actual guitar. I've always either built them from parts or just built them from scratch.
Sure.
And so that was a Christmas gift from my wife a few years ago, and I love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. The lipstick pickups are really cool. It's got that cool P90-ish type angle.
That's right. Yeah, Bozique is the co-host in waiting. That is true. We should clarify
Very
that.
funny.
For those that are new
Matchman,
to the channel.
Matchman wants to know if Kiesel is a 4-letter word here because he's loving his Kiesel Delios. No, I don't hold grudges for any of my friends who may or may not have had good luck with a guitar company. Every guitar company has screwed up at one time or another.
Absolutely.
Including companies I bought guitars from.
Sure.
So I'll talk about anything here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they can't all be great. There's going to be a dud in there.
I always say, Kiesel, they always claim they sell direct to customers. Then why do you have a big booth at NAMM?
Well, is there going to be a NAMM anymore? Because
but
it's like crunched together, right? Is it just going to be one now?
Yeah, not one NAMM. Bigger,
one NAMM,
bolder,
not
better. I guess I don't know. Apparently, people are trying to drag me out there for it. I was told yesterday on a phone call.
Okay,
you're going. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going. He's like, you're going. I'm like, I'm going. You're going.
Yeah, cool. Well, I hope it's good.
Yeah. Now, I'd much rather be in California in January than June. I'll tell you that.
I've been there in June. It's not bad.
I'm gonna be sweating.
Depends on where you are. It's like if you're, I know it's in Anaheim, but like San Diego, 78 degrees all the time, every day.
I'd love to live there, except it's $1 bazillion to live there.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, it was, I think the last time I was out there in the mornings, it was about 61, but sunny. So I was out there sitting out on the lounge, shirtless, catching rays. Whereas JJ's wife comes out in a hoodie going, do you want some coffee? And she's shivering.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. I love the cold. I'd probably be happy up in Canada with you, Ben, because I just love the cold. But, it's all right.
And the moment I can, I'm moving south.
Yeah.
Going south. Can't stand the cold anymore. My bones can't stand it.
I'm waiting for one of those Caribbean nations that's small, falls into default and wants to join Canada as a province. So then, you have no problem as far as immigrating or anything. And all of a sudden, then I'll be on an island.
You could have your own island, right? You could be
shipping container of all my gear. You ship it down and you live in the shipping container.
Oh, you can,
homes, just leave it on the beach.
People do that. And they
you don't need to take it to port. Just throw it over the side of the ship. Let me wash the shore, and I'm good to go.
There's a lot of them out there. You can pick and choose the ships that are stuck out in the ocean.
Exactly.
Just grab a couple of containers, man.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, Lenny, Lou, and I talked about we had to go outside a couple times, Dave, during EVHcon because it was getting hot in there. So we had to go out and kind of get in the nice cool air.
I understand. So what was one of the coolest things for you at EVHcon?
Me just meeting everybody in person and one of the coolest things I have to say it was the acrylic guitar and Rob's Snake Dragon guitar, whatever that thing is. That thing was pretty amazing. But I only saw a picture of that acrylic guitar because that was there after I left. The same guy. Yeah, but that was cool. Everything about it was awesome. I don't know that I have a very favorite part, but it was cool.
Did I see? Was Craig there with a few custom paint job Wolfgangs?
Yeah,
he was there. Yes, yeah, that's cool.
So here's the acrylic. PV Wolfgang. This is one of 3 made.
In the drill.
Eddie has, or Eddie's people have. What I do here? Have the one Eddie used one in the 2004 tour where he was taking. He has a photo of him with one in his rack, right. And that drill right there is the exact drill, the drill that Eddie used in 1995 Balance tour, and that belongs to Scott. Both belong to Scott Smith.
Yeah, okay.
Scott loaned that drill to Eddie when his was stolen.
That's awesome.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a really good time.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it was cool seeing all the gear, all the guitars hanging on the wall because those are all ones that people brought in, right? Because Joe brings his stock in the back and just puts people's guitars up.
Everything there was owned, customer owned.
Yep.
Very
cool. A lot of cool Frankies, a lot of cool 5150s. Was there any 1984s? I don't know if I saw any 1984s.
There was a 1984 body there.
Okay.
To Steve Nowicki, he painted.
Okay. Yep. And the I don't know who the drummer and the bass player were. Those guys didn't leave the stage, man. They were there the whole time.
And the drummer is, I believe, Jimmy Vombas's drummer from his band.
Okay.
And the smile he had on his face the whole time.
Yeah, it was great.
It was amazing. Like, there was not 1 second he wasn't smiling.
No, he was happy the
bass
whole time.
player, which, forgive me, I don't remember his name, but he's there every year. He's the same guy every year. And
that's awesome.
Great.
And the singer they had too, that guy Crank. He had a great voice, man.
Yeah, older gentleman. Everyone called him Steve Martin because he kind of looks like Steve Martin.
Yeah, but he belted it out.
I don't know his real name either, but he sang every song, sang it great. It was great.
He did. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Really was.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
If you guys would excuse me 1 second, I'll be right back.
You do that.
Oop, that's
Hey,
it's opposite day with Dave Nesdall here.
That's okay.
That's not what I wanted to do either. I want to do this.
There he goes.
Sure.
That's funny.
Yep. Unbelievable says he enjoyed seeing photos on Facebook. It looked like a cool event. Definitely.
It was a cool event.
I thought the same thing. I noticed a lot of smiles.
Yep. Everybody's really happy. Really happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And get to see Kurt.
Right.
Kurt and Rob. I never met Rob in person, or I
Rob's
never met any of those guys.
Rob's
and Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr was there. Great
guy was there. Sweet.
Everybody was great there.
I haven't met Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr is
very cool.
I've known him also several years, maybe 10 years. He's a great guy.
We were making fun of his accent, it's like his Boston accent.
You gotta love those.
Oh yeah. Good times.
But, great stuff.
Man. Yeah, I was lucky enough to meet a few of those guys at NAMM 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Craig and Pete and Rob all came out to NAMM that year.
Cool.
So it was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to say that when you meet him, Jimmy Carr. You have to,
Jimmy Carr.
He parks his car in the garage.
Yeah.
Very funny stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and John was great to meet too. John's a great guy.
Yeah. John Conklin, man.
Yeah.
What another great player and a sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
Like there was not one guy that was there or girl that I could say, that guy's an asshole.
Right.
Everyone is like the coolest. I would hang out with them. I would invite any one of those people to my house.
Yep.
With
Agreed.
No problem.
Agreed.
No
Definitely.
Problem. Yep. It was amazing. And you got to thank Joe Suma for doing this every year.
Absolutely.
And making it happen and opening his store on a Sunday.
Right.
It's a lot of work. It's not just opening a store. It's opening a store. It's the electric. It's getting a stage ready that is not normally there. Putting gear on the stage. Ordering 6 pizzas and
he brought food and drinks
two cases of soda and 2 cases of water and cookies and cake, and God, it was just
I made a point. I made a point to thank him for that. It's awesome.
And belated happy birthday to Joe Suma as well, because the following day was his birthday. Yep.
So Randy Crooks was asking me how long it takes to build a cigar. It takes a good, if I'm not busy from my regular job, it takes a good week. If I work on it at night, because the boxes are obviously there, but I have to disassemble them, cut the neck hole, cut some other stuff, brace the box, glue stuff together, carve the neck, put the fretboard on, fret it, things like that, make the headstock. so all that just takes time. You got to let it sit.
Nice.
But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Nice. Santa Cruz 3600 says, how far away was EVHcon from me? It's about an hour and 10 minutes away up in Connecticut.
Yeah, it's about the same for me.
Yeah, it's not far. In fact, it's a very straight drive. You go over what's called a Throgs Neck Bridge. You go up I-95, and that's it. You go to exit 5, and you're right there. It's right off the highway.
Hey, Sandra.
Nightbot deleted Sandra's message.
Aw.
Nightbot's not being nice tonight, Sandra. It's not you.
I don't know how to stop that from happening, Sandra. I apologize. I have to figure it out.
Tony, call Dave. Help him out.
Yeah.
I don't.
Good night, Unbelievable.
I got a Terry, so.
That's funny. Yeah, man.
Unbelievable head to head.
So what kind of new gear you got coming up there, Ben? Anything new? Anything in your radar that you're looking at?
Well, I did see that the MXR Deep Phase that came out last week. I want one of them, but I don't know. Possibly a Vibe coming into my possession soon.
Okay.
I heard somebody's building one for the first quarter of next year, so I assume he'd.
Your little breadcrumbs are a little obvious. Thank God he doesn't watch this show too often. Maybe he watches on.
Well, he somebody had brought up that effect in my chat the other night, and he went 2022. Oh, right. And then I remembered him and me talking about it 6 months ago. As things happen that way, stuff can be a year or two in development. So,
sure. Yeah. I've got to get some more pedals. I haven't bought any pedals in a while, and I was getting obsessed with fuzz. I was buying a lot of fuzz, like cheap fuzz pedals. I've been watching Ryan 60 Cycle Hum, and he always does these shows on like inexpensive fuzz pedals, and they sound cool. And I bought a couple of them that he's, demoed, and they sound awesome. They really do. I would love to get the JHS came out with a new Rat, but that's $250 for a pedal.
Rat Pack.
Yeah, that's a lot for a pedal for me. I mean, not for everybody, but I can't see spending that much right now on a pedal, so I'll have to wait. But that's okay. What about you, Dave? Are you still buying a lot of gear, or just trading for gear, or just?
I'm doing mostly trades myself these days, or sell 2 items just to buy something, and I consider that a trade.
I have my eye on something that I'll tell you guys a story.
Okay. And
Desiree, don't kill me after the show. I went to Well-Strung Guitars today, which is my buddy David Davidson's store. It's a vintage guitar store. It's very well known here in Long Island. And unfortunately, I can't show any pictures because he doesn't want anything on social media at the moment until he starts putting stuff out there. But the store is 3 times bigger than the old store. And those of you who have watched some of the shows on my channel here, I've done Guitar of the Week from his store, and it's all vintage. It's all collector grade, custom color stuff that no one has ever seen before in their life. Well, today I took photos with $1 million, and the $1 million that I took photos with were 2 1958 Carina Flying V's like this. And just when I say life-changing, I mean life-changing. Not only did I hold 2 of them, but there were 7 more in the store. Plus, on the Gibson wall, the Gibson solid body 6-string wall, The whole bottom row, which was probably about 30 guitars on the bottom row, were all 58, 59, and 60 bursts, 57 gold tops, and the rest were all gold tops with P90s. And then second row and third row were all the ES guitars. So all of the 400,000 and up guitars were on the bottom shelf where anyone could just pick them up and play them.
Mm-hmm.
It was mind-boggling. Well, the reason why they do that is because pretty much that store is an appointment only. The doors are locked. You have to ring a doorbell, and they decide if they're letting you in or not.
Yeah.
So it's that type of store. If you don't have an appointment, you should make an appointment because the doors are not really getting open unless that happens. I mean, unless. Let me rephrase that. They will open the doors, but generally speaking, they'll take the guitars down off the shelf, off the stands for you. Which, man, go to any other store and ask to play a 59 Les Paul. They're not going to let you do it.
They just laugh. I asked once. They laugh at you.
David Davidson and his staff are, in my book, the coolest, the friendliest, the nicest. They will bend over backwards to let you play these guitars that are all white elephants. You never see them unless you watch them on TV with Joe Bonamassa.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't see these guitars. But if you walk into this place and you just look in their showroom, which is humongous, any guitar that you can dream of, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. And if you think that there was a guitar that was never built, but like it's a fictitious thing that everyone says, oh yeah, there's one, but it was never really built. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. So yes, the name of the store, T. Ricky, is called Well Strung Guitars, and it is in Farmingdale, New York, Long Island.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the premier guitar shops in the world.
Yeah, in the world.
As far as for that genre, which is upper, high end, the good stuff, the good stuff. Like it's on par with any shop in Japan or Nashville or LA. Without naming stores by name, but
so let me finish what I was saying. So I said Desiree is going to kill me after the show, or don't kill me. So David comes up to me quietly, says, "I got a guitar you might be interested in. It's kind of in your price range. Maybe you could sell one or two guitars and get this." And I was like, "Well, what is it?" He said, "I have one of Peter Frampton's 1960 reissues Les Pauls that he's gigged with, that's stage gigged." And I'm like, let me see it. And he brings it out. And it's a 2015 1960 reissue, Cherry Sunburst, Murphy aged. Looks like an old guitar. The top on it is, oh my God, ridiculous. The flame top is just crazy. And this guitar, I mean, Gibson built this guitar for Peter Frampton. It's not one that was bought in a store. Peter got this guitar built and gigged with it. And Desiree, this is the first time you're hearing about this because today's the first day that it happened. And I wasn't sure whether I wanted to think about it, but I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I've got a couple.
It's easier to mention it publicly first, where we all support Dave in his endeavor.
So, all right. So the guitar, Desiree, and for anyone that wants to know, the guitar is still only 4 digits. It's not 5 digits, not 6 digits. It's very obtainable. Desiree, it's in the price range of guitars that I normally get. So maybe we'll see. To own a guitar that Peter Frampton owned and gigged, I'm thinking about it. Maybe, maybe not.
Speaking of Peters, hello, Peter K. in the chat. Exactly, Des. He wants witnesses. So if there's no show next week, that means Dave didn't get that, and he went and got something else without mentioning.
You never know. You never know.
If he does, yeah.
I might be 6 feet under. Who knows?
Yeah.
Now, you know what? I got to say, no matter what happens, and I'll say this till the day I die, my wife is one of the coolest people on the planet.
Yep.
Because, yes, does she give me shit? Of course, every wife gives their husband shit
Right.
about buying guitars. It doesn't matter. But she gives me such little shit over this stuff. And
Yeah, she can really.
I never lie to her. I just don't lie to her about it. You know, I tell her what I have. I tell her what I'm going to get.
Mhm.
And I say, do you mind if I get this? And usually it's like, well, are the bills getting paid? Yeah. Well, all right then. You know, do you have the money for it? We'll see.
I mean, if you're passionate about it, they support your passion, and that's, you do the same for them. So
Yeah.
it makes you happy, then they're happy.
Yeah. But I think what I'll do is the next. Well, I don't know that the guitar will actually last that long there because David, he told me to call him in the next couple of days because that guitar is a phone call away from being sold.
Sure.
But he gave me the first crack at it. So.
Yep.
Hey, Six String Brian.
Yeah.
He says he has a guitar for you, Dave, and I believe him because I know Brian has similar tastes to yours when it comes to gear.
Oh, well, what is it, Brian?
Because he usually buys nice stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. I need to think about what I'm willing to get rid of because it's not going to be a cash deal. I have to sell some stuff to get that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to own, especially a Peter Frampton gig.
Yes,
that'd be amazing.
And it's got all the provenance. It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's got photos with I saw it. It's got photos with Peter and a COA that Peter has signed and a gig photo with it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. 51 custom shop telly direct from Summer NAMM 2019.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Brian. I think I'm set with tellies right now.
You should have hit him up last month.
I was looking for, well, the telly that I want is a 67, 68, 69 maple cap, which, another one that's just a ton of money I can't afford. But I think I'm done with 50s and early 60s guitars. Tellys, that is, at the moment. But thank you.
With a humbucker in the neck, too. I have 51.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, I know that guitar. That's a nice guitar. I want that guitar. I can't have that guitar. That's a nice guitar.
You have a few tellies, though, Ben.
I do.
Yeah, and I think you got a couple that would look great in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one is the exact year I'm looking for, although I would like it to be ocean turquoise.
Right. Well, I can refin it for you.
I'll take blonde.
I'll take
blonde. Blonde is not bad.
It's an empty hook there waiting for it, Ben. See back there, Dave? That empty hook?
I would never put a vintage guitar on that wall.
No.
Well, not with those guitars.
No, not with those. No.
All vintage guitars.
Right. It doesn't fit with that.
Yeah, the motif, and I'd have to take the EVH sign down.
Yes. That's a lot of rearrangement. So.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it was an amazing day
Mm-hmm.
at a vintage guitar store, well-strung guitars. If you can get there, go there. It's in Farmingdale, New York.
Just tell them you're Dave Nesdall. They'll open the door.
Well, yeah, say you're friends with Dave. I'm friends with Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
I'm friends with Dave. You don't even have to mention my last name. I'm friends with Dave.
Yep.
All right.
The owner's name is Dave.
Outside. All right. No problem, Des.
Snickers has to go outside.
She's being a bad girl. She's got to go outside.
I can hear my dog running around up there. I've got a little Shih Tzu.
So, Brendan, do you have anything that you're building right now that you could show us?
I do. I actually am building one similar to Ben's.
Ooh.
It's very similar to Ben's. This one is a 25 and a half inch scale though. Usually I just build 25.
Mm-hmm.
But the neck is nice and smooth, nice piece of oak. it was
So
probably
that's got a bit of a pointier headstock. So are we going with a higher output pickup here? Like, is this more?
yes.
It's
Actually,
more for B tuning than
yeah.
with the G.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, yeah. The
Is Boner
set of
James going to fall in love with this guitar, butt cheeks? This
he
is what I'm
may
asking.
he
It may
may
have to be painted satin black.
yes probably but but yeah the reason the headstock's a little pointy is because I made a mistake, but you would never know it. It looks like I meant it to be that way. um but yeah, so this one's, I'm going to put a nice hotter pickup in it. I have a set of hotter pickups that the guy sent me, so I'm going to have to try those out. And I have to figure out what kind of bridge I want to put on it or tailpiece. I don't know yet. Sometimes it just comes to me. Sometimes you just never know.
Peter K wants to know where the whammy bar goes.
Yeah, no whammy bar. So one,
You can glue one on. Just glue it on for show.
I could. A friend of mine asked me if I ever built one with a Floyd Rose, and I go, I don't think I could. I don't know that it would hold up to that kind of abuse.
You'd have to do some engineering.
I'd really have to
center block it,
support the heck out of it, and it could be done. Maybe I will do it in the future.
Yeah, it's almost like you'd have to center block it and then remove the material for the whole trim and springs.
Yeah,
but you need that initial.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, even if you just fix mount a Floyd, but still put a D-tuner on it, just right?
It would have to be just hangable guitar. I don't know if you could play
it might be a good idea, and maybe a slightly larger cigar box, like maybe 335 size.
Yeah, the biggest one, I don't have anything that big. The biggest one I have right now is a Cohiba box, but
how cool is that?
That's almost Bo Diddley.
Yeah, I don't have a Bo Diddley size.
I don't know if you've ever been asked this question. So, do you actually smoke cigars and you make the boxes out of these guitars out of these boxes?
I don't. No, I maybe smoke a cigar once a year, once every couple of years when I hang out with some of my friends that I went to college with. That's it. But I get the boxes from a cigar shop near where I work. I got to be friends with the manager, and I made her a guitar and a lamp, and I gave them. I said, would you want to put these in your store? And she said, yeah. So she put them in her store for a while, and she took them home because she wanted them. And then she said, well, you don't. That. Yeah, she said you don't have to buy boxes ever, because they would sell them for $1 and $2, and when they're done, they set them out aside in the front. You can buy them if you want. She goes, you never have to buy another box. So every month or so, I stop in, and she gives me just tons of them. So all these,
you do have to buy 1x2s.
Yeah, I buy the lumber. And I have to buy the the bridges and the tuners and stuff, but there's actually a supply company for cigar box guitar stuff. There's a couple of companies out there that sell stuff. They're out there. You Google it, you can find them, and they sell pretty inexpensive stuff, and it sounds pretty good. So it's it's not, it doesn't have to be high end. It's just more like a fun hobby, but they do sound great. They do really sound great. But yeah, I get all these boxes here. I will be making something out of them.
Nice.
Yeah, so, look at all those boxes. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
I was surprised how resonant they are.
They really are, and they sound pretty good. Just acoustic. Even if there's no sound hole, just strumming away.
Because I was thinking, well, you got to have a sound hole. No, you don't. Apparently, you don't.
No, you don't. You do not.
Well, because they're hollow. So I mean,
right?
Yeah, but you think almost like, I don't know, a mini F hole or something. Hey, there's an idea, butt cheeks, a mini F hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a scroll saw to do that, because I would screw that up in a second. But yeah, I built some with sound holes.
You don't have to really make an F hole. You can make like the Rickenbacker hole.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and just something. You just small.
I'll ask Steve Vai if I can do like a gem hole.
How would you come up with a perfectly round hole that size? That's the size of my beer, and I just traced it out.
That's a great idea.
Hey, don't put it past me. I did make one with an actual cigar tube. I cut a hole and stuffed it in so you could put a cigar in the tube and have it when you're playing, and then stop and enjoy a nice cigar. So.
You need to find a nice, somehow a thicker walled cigar tube, and that's what you use as your slide.
Yeah.
You could do that too.
Hey, Laz.
What's up, Laz?
Hey, Laz. Actually, Music Therapy Laz won the first guitar amp I built. We gave away on Show Me Your Picks 1 year anniversary show.
Nice.
So
Oh,
he
how
has
cool.
that one. So that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. But yeah, no, they're fun. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy really enjoy building them. It's something I'll be able to do if and when I can retire from my regular job, you know. So, but hey, it's good. And I'll still continue to try to learn to play because I'm not great, but I enjoy it. So,
well, that's the thing. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, you don't have to be good. You know you can. It's all about enjoying what you do.
right? Yeah.
It really is. It's
Yep. As long as my fingers work, I'll be good.
Yeah.
Hey, Wayne.
It's exactly it.
Laz wants a Bumblebee cigar box guitar.
Yes, we've talked
Sure,
about
that could be done.
Yeah,
Sure.
we've talked about that. We'll have to strike up those conversations again. So,
Sure.
Yep, definitely.
That'd be cool.
Desiree wants me to give Snickers a cameo shot tonight. Well, yeah, bring her in here, babe.
Just show Bo Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Mark Effects is here.
Very cool. Yep, absolutely.
My friend Wayne Akiri's here.
Hey, Wayne.
I like that Mark Effects, the perforated chewing tobacco can for a sound hole.
Ah, there you go. Actually, a buddy of mine that builds cigar boxes, guitars. He had a cool one with sound holes. He actually shot out with a gun.
Oh, no kidding.
It was very cool. He put the box way back and shot 2 sound holes in it. And
the thing didn't explode?
No. And
that's amazing.
It just the lid, like he fixed it to a piece of wood and painted it to look like it was blown out. It looked cool, really did.
That would look cool.
Yep, Sandra has one too. I built one for Sandra.
Nice.
She likes hers.
Hey, there's Bat Dog.
Hello.
Steve Anderson's not here to say it. What's up, Bat Dog? Yes.
Hey, pups. The little tongue.
There you go.
The little tongue. That's funny.
That little tongue is not so little. It's about 3 or 4 inches long.
Yeah.
It really is, because when she yawns, it comes out like I've never seen a tongue so long in my life.
That's funny.
Sandra, Death OG. Yep. For those who know.
Death OG.
It's carryover from Halloween.
Yeah.
She's tired. This one. Oh,
yeah.
Here it is.
There it is. I saw it. Holy cow. Jeez.
Regular Gene Simmons, she is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Gina Simmons.
Gina Simmons. Yes. It's funny.
I got it. Yeah. Hold it for a little while. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Very cool. Yeah. Snickers, and I have Brandy. I don't know where Brandy is. I think she's in the bedroom. And I have a cat we call Sammy, or I call him Cat. Not very friendly.
Oh, you have the same shirt, Peter K? Zebra? These guys, Dave, I'm sure Dave knows about Zebra because they're Long Island guys. They play Poughkeepsie all the time. And I used to see them I've seen them many times up here at a place called The Chance. And
The Chance, yeah.
Yeah, back in 2017, we went. My wife and I went, and I bought the VIP thing. So we met them and hung out a little bit and got signed posters and pictures and stuff. They're great guys. I mean, we hung out with them before, and just great guys. And we had bought T-shirts, right? And we got in early, and they let us come in and see the sound check. And Randy Jackson's walking around. He goes, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt?" I go, "Over there." He goes, "You paid for that?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, No. He goes, "Come with me." So they made him give us our money back, and he gave us shirts. He goes, "You guys get shirts, man." I'm like, "That's so awesome."
On.
Yeah.
So
Great
Peter
guy.
K has been a friend of mine also for about 30 years, maybe a little longer, and
Cool.
he's good friends with Randy Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do? He says he does the sound there at the Chance. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, Pete.
Small world.
Yeah. I was actually supposed to go to the Chance next week. John 5 and Yngwie Malmsteen were going to be there, but John 5 backed out of the tour.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. So, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to go to see Yngwie, but I don't know. It's
lots of ear protection.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen John 5 a bunch of times, and he's a great guy too. I actually built a cigar box guitar for him and gave it to him.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, but maybe on the next tour, I think he just people were getting worried and getting ill in his circle. So he was like, just to be safe, we're gonna stop. And it makes sense. I get it. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, that was. John 5 was the last concert I went to before everything got shut down, the pandemic, and it was going to be the first concert I went to, since being back. But actually, EVHcon was really the first live music I've seen, Dave, since the pandemic. So that was nice. Yep, definitely nice.
Peter K says Yngwie needs a few more amps, then I'll go see him.
You think?
Yeah. It'll definitely be a loud show.
It's going to be super loud and
not a fan of his tone. Not a fan of his tone. Shrill comes to mind.
Yeah.
I've never seen him live, so I couldn't tell you. I've only seen YouTube stuff.
Yeah, the Chance is a great venue. The Police play a lot of bands played there before they became huge. Little band called Gizmachi played there a few times. Seen them. I saw Megadeth there actually.
Wow.
And I got stuck in the mosh pit.
That can happen.
Yeah, but
there's a song about that, caught in the mosh.
Is there?
Yeah.
Anthrax. Yeah, Anthrax.
Okay. I saw.
If you're still here, Jay's still here, he's going to be amazed that I knew that.
Hey, I was a little amazed you knew that. And I'm like, but, whatever.
There's an Anthrax story. Did you guys know the Anthrax story with me and Jay and Jeannie?
No.
At the Chance. So we were at the Chance, and Anthrax was playing, and Charlie throws a stick out. I'm going to catch it, hits me in the head, bounces off my head, and lands in Jeannie's shirt. Right.
Oh yeah. You know what? Now that you.
Yep. Right between the girls.
I don't normally remember stories about other friends' wives' boobs.
Yeah, right between the girls.
Yeah.
So she got to keep it. I never got that
story.
Jeannie still owes me a drumstick, but that's okay. So that was fun. Bounced right off my head. Like, thanks, Charlie. So it was
Cameron Brown.
It was a good show. Good show.
Cameron, welcome. Cameron Brown, one of the best guitar players on the planet, actually.
Cameron's
amazing. He knows all the notes, Dave. He knows all the notes.
And he knows them. He knows them like they're his best friend.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Where you went to college in Poughkeepsie, Wayne? Where'd you go? Marist, Dutchess, Vassar. Those are the three. That's cool. Yeah, Cameron's great. I love watching Cameron play.
Yeah. Cameron, we need to have you on here when you have a minute.
Yeah.
We'll get you on here. Let's talk about that.
Reach out to Dave. Or Dave, reach out to Cameron. Reach out to each other.
A lot of Camerons can really play guitar. Like Cameron Cooper, Cameron Brown.
I was thinking about changing my name, see if it helped, but
I don't think you can change it. I think you have to be born with that name.
You have to be born Cameron.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I know what I know. I know more than I thought I knew. When I did
and
that
we
last week
love you for it. Yeah, it's all good.
First song we played together, we were trading off licks, and that was fine. And then by the second or third song, I was doing 90% lead work, and we didn't have a singer, so it was all instrumentals. And after 2 hours of playing lead, I was like, all right, I'm done. My hands are done.
Yeah.
All crazy.
Guitar Man 45 is going to see Bonamassa on November 26th. That'd be a great show.
Cushman, New York City says, "I'm glad I found this stream. It's awesome. Thank you so much. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, please do.
Cushman's a cool guy.
And if you haven't subscribed to the show, please do. And again, if you are a newcomer and haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I will find a way to send you one of these guitar picks that have this guy's name on them. I don't know who it is. Send you one of these picks and
some random worker at the plant scribbled his name.
Maybe I'll throw more than one in. I don't know.
That's funny.
Mark's seeing Tedeschi Trucks Band on the 16th. Well, that's coming up fast.
Wow.
Next week. Nice.
Yeah, that is soon. I know that Desiree and I are going to go see Andy Timmons in February. He was supposed to play at the Iridium in December, but apparently it got moved back to February, and
nice.
We'll figure that out. But I think we're going to at least one of the shows. He plays 2 shows a night for 2 nights. We're going to go to both shows of one night. We may both go to both nights. We're not sure yet.
Cool. That's awesome.
And then I know Steve Vai is also playing the Paramount here, which is about a half hour away from where I am here on Long Island, in February as well. Can't remember what dates, but we're talking about that as well. I don't know that we'll go to it, but we're talking about it. Which will all be fun. So, all right, I think it's time for the Lust List. Anyone have anything new this week that they are lusting to get? Maybe can't afford to get. Maybe just don't have the time to get. Maybe you are getting it, but you lust after it. Anyone? What about you guys? Anything?
That new Cattle and Bread reverb that dropped this week is pretty sweet.
Yeah. That what I was mentioning before, that rat pedal, the multi-rat pedal from JHS is. I'm lusting after that. How many sounds does it have on that? How many different rats? Like 9 or 10?
I can't remember.
Is
10,
9
12.
That's insane.
I noticed one thing. It sounds like 3 different ones were on repeat though. Like I was like, I like 2, 5, and 7. You know.
Yeah, I'm listening after that, Dave.
Very cool.
Rat Pack.
Well, with me, there's a speaker I want to check out for one of my combos. I want to get a Celestian Redback.
Oh,
it's an 80-watt speaker.
Yep.
My buddy Dennis has one in one of his Blue Seniors, and boy, it sounds amazing. I mean, these amps sound great to begin with, but it sounds so good that I'm thinking I have to get one.
That's an underappreciated speaker. Not a lot of people know about the Redbacks, or they get talked about. It's all about greenbacks and creambacks.
Oh, creamback, yeah. And Dennis has 2 of them like I do. One of them has a creamback, a 70-watt creamback. Mm-hmm. The other one has the redback, and the one with the redback in it crushes the creamback.
Just tames it that little more, and
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's great. And I was thinking about putting the redback in the EL84 amp because it's a British sounding amp to begin with the EL84s in it.
Sure.
And I have an American sounding speaker in my 4.6V6 amp. So, I'll have a British and an American.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat. Cushman getting an orange 112 bottom with a Celestian. Nice. Very cool. I have a little.
You got a Showmaster, Randy.
I have a little
Showmaster.
Little orange Micro Terror. It's a little 20
oh, really?
Amp. I think it's great. Little
They're
20
cool.
20 amp.
I've never tried it.
Sounds
I don't
great.
think I've ever plugged into an orange amp before.
That's the first one I have, and it's great. I love it. It came in a little pack with a little 1x8, And
Yep.
but here I'll pull it. It's so small, It's like this is it. It's this big, Dave.
Oh wow!
But it's
And
20.
you
It
can run
kicks
a
ass.
412 with that.
You can. It's 20. It's 20 amps, and I've never turned it up higher than 1 because it's just insane. It's insanely loud.
Yeah,
but it's a fantastic amp. It really is.
Taylor 315 wants to know what my top 3 favorite guitars from my collection are. Oh boy, that's a hard one.
That's gonna be tough.
Depends on the day, I would think.
Yeah, I have to say my Les Paul, my 53 Telly, and God,
Your buddy Guy Strat.
one day I'm gonna drive with that thing on the highway and throw it on the highway,
Oh, no.
just so people can run it over, and I will never have one again. It's not a Buddy Guy Strat anyway.
No.
It's a Charvel.
Yeah. I can't name my third one.
I just have to bring it up every 3 or 4 months just to get a rise.
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard to name 3 because I love all my guitars. I play them all. Almost every day. You know, at least the Fenders and Gibsons, and then I dabble with those up there some. At the moment, I'm not really into playing Floyd Rose equipped guitars, and I'm just having fun with the classic stuff.
I didn't hear Desiree laughing.
Randy
from
Crooks
the
wants
room.
to know what the top 3 guitars I love from his collection. Send them to me. Send me a picture, and I'll tell you. I'll be happy to tell you.
Or send him the guitars and he can play them. Then he'll let you know.
No, I don't have room. I don't have room in my house for other people's guitars because if I fall in love with
Randy's bought a few guitars over the last year too. Let's just say he contributed to that, gassiness of 2020. That's for sure.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's a lot
All of
of
a sudden, I'd be sitting there working on a video, and all of a sudden, my phone goes off. Look what I got! Oh wow, cool.
Oh, and I'm glad that Desiree brought this up because I often forget about this guitar because I don't keep it out on the stand. It stays in its case until I use it. The Martin that Desiree bought me for my wedding gift. It's a 0018, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It sounds amazing. It plays amazing. That is one of my top 3. No matter what, that's one of my top 3.
Awesome.
I got to play my acoustic more too. It's one of the few that it sits in its case too. So it's like, and it's at the other side of the room. For whatever reason, it's off on its own. And I never play it. I didn't even get one of those for a while.
I'm gonna go get it. I don't know if I've ever shown it on a show.
I don't think so.
And
The only acoustic I have. Yep, I'll talk about this one. The only acoustic I have is my wife's little Honer that her parents got her.
Little gut string.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, I put regular strings on it, and I actually put new tuners in it because they were just horrendous. But it's awesome.
I've wanted to get a classical guitar for a few years now. You used to see them at music store, $7,500 at pawn shops forever and a day, and then as soon as I started looking, they disappeared. But
yeah,
it's one of those. Even now, a couple $100 for a cheap one, and I don't care if it's. I played nicer ones and I played cheap ones, and they sound all the same to me.
But if it feels good in your hands and you like the way it sounds,
it's not like you ever changed the strings. Because if you've ever changed the strings on a nylon string guitar, you won't again.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy, and you're not tying them like that. What a pain.
You used to be able to get like it was like a ball end nylon string. My dad used to buy them in the 70s. And then they stopped making them. I was like, those were brilliant. Bring them back.
I know.
I don't want to be tying off strings.
Yeah.
Look at that beauty.
Well, here it is.
Look at that thing.
The Pride of Nazareth right there.
It smells amazing.
That's beautiful.
In fact, I think I'm just gonna hide my face from now on and just do that.
Gorgeous.
It's a beautiful piece of mahogany.
Oh, that really is.
That's right. Bozique and I have matching Wolfgangs.
Nice.
Yep.
It blooms like crazy. It's a bloomer.
Yeah.
You can wear it under your pants if you want.
There you go.
It's an amazing thing with Martins too. You can have it in its case for like 4 months. You pull it out, it's perfectly in tune.
You didn't lose a pick in there, did you?
No, just a piece of wood floating around.
Okay.
No, I don't play with a pick on this. But boy, cannon.
Yep.
We have Joe D in the chat.
Hey, Joe, my buddy.
He's asking what year that Martin is.
21. It's brand spanking new.
Brand new. Very cool.
Mine,
Yeah.
I think, turns 50 next year.
They stopped making guitars for 2021, so there's nothing new until 22, and this was one of the last ones that they made for the year. It is a good one. Boy, is it a good one.
Yes. Billy Baloney. That's a great name, Ben.
Yeah, the Eric Clapton Martins are good. I've owned a few of those in my lifetime. What I don't like about them is the neck is so large, and it's a V-neck. Normally I like V-necks, but it's so large for my hand that it makes it hard to play. This neck is a bit shallower. It's more of a C-neck. It's a more modern neck, which is really comfortable. Same body style as the Clapton. Same top, Adirondack spruce, except this is mahogany where the Clapton is rosewood.
Right.
This guitar throws a little bit better, I think, and it's got got a little bit more highs than the rosewood. But man, when we were getting this guitar, first of all, I didn't know we were going to get it because it was a surprise. But I had been wanting to check out a 00018 for quite a while because I've had, like I said, I've had 28s, and they never resonate with me. They just don't. They're pretty, and they sound good. They sound really good, but the necks are just not for me. So I was like, well, maybe an 18, and I'm not really a big acoustic player because right now I can't even play an electric very well, let alone an acoustic. But I think everyone needs an acoustic, and I didn't have one, so I was. It was either this or a Les Paul Jr. And when I saw my buddy at Guitar Center, who used to work for me when I worked at Guitar Center, I asked him. I said, "Do you have any 00018s?" He said, "Well, I certainly do. Not only do I have one, but it's probably the last one for the year for Guitar Center because they're not making it." Wow. And I said, "Do you mind if I play it?" And he put it in my hands, and my wife, my then fiance, looked at me and she said, "I'll be right back." And she went out to the front, and without me even knowing, she just bought it. So it was insane.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was an amazing gift, and this guitar means the world to me. Plus, it's also a great guitar.
Yeah, so a bunch of people rolling in.
Kills two birds with that one stone.
There you go.
Want to shout out Timothy Lay, Muddy Waters, Billy Shelton, and hello, Dave's mom.
Yeah, my mom is here. Hello, Beverly.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yep. Joe says 000 Martin sound great. The mahogany, in his opinion, sounds great. And I agree. Joe, I got to have you over real soon, man. I know that you're always busy, and it's a toss up for me because I've got good days and bad days. But I need to get you over here, man. Please.
Mahogany bought a 21 D28 this year. Nice.
How nice.
I have one. That's my childhood. The sound of my childhood. Dad jamming on that thing.
That's not the one that had the hole in it, was it, Ben?
You mean the one my sister put in the hole?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, that's a great story.
She's not here to defend herself.
Sorry, Amanda. That's funny. But just an extra sound hole,
Yeah. She
if Ovations can have a bunch of sound holes.
Well, knock it off of one guitar stand into another guitar stand somehow.
Yeah.
And the bottom of the other guitar stand went right through the top.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
But you can send that back to Nazareth and they'll fix it for you.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the funny part. Maybe a year after it happened, Dad was stringing up the guitar, working in a guitar shop, and a local rep came in, and he happened to be the Martin rep. And Dad knew him from Toronto 20 years earlier. And he's like, hey, he's like, yeah, I can send that in for you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it was funny enough, the sound didn't change. He's like, so he just threw a sticker over it to keep it from spreading.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it's got an extra tone hole.
Sticker on top of an acoustic is very 90s grunge.
Well, the funny part, it's a sticker from the folk festival that he worked at forever and a day, because those were like the only stickers he had was from. So it's like Mariposa Folk Festival, 1972. Bang.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Wow, this has been a great show tonight, Dave.
Yeah, we're gonna
DAVID and cigar box guitars and wow.
Good times.
EVH cigar box guitars. That's how we segued. That was.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I got to show this one more time. So
yeah, show it one more time
without busting it into.
Yeah. Please don't knock into the Martin.
Brendan, thank you so much.
You bet, buddy.
Thank you so much for this. It is cool.
Absolutely.
If you want one, link down. Terry just put a link in the chat. You'll see a bunch of lamps, but there's contact info.
Yeah. There's there's I am creating a newer website, and also a Facebook website, so I'll add those to my stuff, so you can see some new stuff. But
yeah,
thanks for having me on
tonight.
Thanks for having me on, man. It was an absolute pleasure, and I'm glad you like the guitar and enjoy it. Yeah, man. And Ben, I've got to send you some new pics. I've got I gave Dave a couple when I saw him.
Oh yeah.
But I got some new ones with my logo on it.
Ooh.
On the one side, right? I got one with my logo on the one side. But then I also had to have
some butt
cheeks on it.
Yes.
In a new shape, I see, yes.
Yeah, in a new shape. So I gave a bunch of those out at EVHcon, and yours will be coming in the regular mail, Ben. So it won't be UPS.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But that works. Yeah.
They'll be
I do have one of them. I was going to say it should be near the top, because Buddy was over here yesterday and he's like, pick. I'm like, pick bowl. And he pulled out the butt cheeks one. I think he might have stole it.
How dare ye?
Oh, man.
Joe, take care, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
There we are.
Here it is. Yep.
There you go.
The original. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, I think we're gonna call it a night here.
And we had such a good time. We'll do it again next week.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you to our wonderful moderators, Desiree and Terry 3Gs.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to everyone that comes here every week and joins in with us. It's just a fun night. And we will talk to you all again here on Guitar Town Hall with Dave Nesdall. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Cheers, folks.